Hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Jesse, also known as Sublime, and today we are playing in another sit and go. Unfortunately, it's no jackpot, it's nothing like that, it's just your typical 200k spin. Now, before I start this off, I want to say thank you guys so much for the tremendous support. We are so close to hitting 1,000 subscribers. I think we're only like 120 away now. So if you guys haven't subscribed, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I want to hit 1,000 subscribers before my birthday, and it would be very much appreciated. As well as, we have a Discord, if you guys don't know. If you guys go down to the description or down to the comments section, you guys can join that Discord. Once I do hit 1,000 subscribers, it's going to be a big event. We're going to have a tournament. There might be some giveaways. Not too sure on the details of it yet. I'll release the details when it comes out closer to the day. But let's get right into it. And we start off just folding off our first hand. It wasn't nothing special. But then we get a Jack 6 here on the big blind. I just check. It's not a strong hand. You don't really want to raise with this. The flop comes out Ace King 9. It's a rainbow flop. Bessie ends up raising it to 60. Myself and Thrice both end up folding it. And we'll move on to the next hand here. He shows that he had an Ace 2. We then get a King 3 here on a small blind. It's a nice king, small kicker. We call for 10. Thrice ends up just checking it. The flop comes out 9-3-9. I check. She checks. I got a pair of 3s here. So the ace ends up coming out. I throw it a bet for 25. It's a small little bet. You know, get a little feeler to see if she had something. And she ended up folding, so we took that pot home. We get a Jack 3 here, a diamonds here on the button. And, you know, it's a nice jack, but yet again, it's not really a nice kicker to go along with it. It is suited, though, so we got that diamond option in our back drawer. But unfortunately with the 4 on the turn, doesn't work out for the flush for us. But what was interesting about this hand was a 6 popped out immediately after, and I had a 4. Or I had a 3, sorry. So I would have had the straight, but it was okay. I could have ended up taking that guy out. He probably would have called my all in if I went all in, but it's alright. We show redemption later on in the game, I'll tell you that much. We got a 3-7 here, suited. One spade ends up coming out on the board, the 5 of spades. I end up throwing out a bet for 35 as we hit a pair of 3s, and nobody called, so we ended up taking that pot home as well. We then get a 3 Jack here, suited on the small blind. We're second in place in terms of chips right now. The flop comes out 10-9-5. We immediately hit our flush right on the flop. I end up chucking out a bet for 30 just to see, you know, what kind of people had. And he ended up calling it. I then throw out a bet for 50. And an ace of clubs came out. And then a 6 of clubs came out. I was like, oh my goodness. The one time we have a flush is everybody on the board has a flush. He only showed that he had a 9-10, no pair of 9s, so we ended up taking that pot home. I then get a 4-7 here, suited of spades here on the button. The flop comes out 10-5 queen with 2 diamonds on the board. Really nothing for us to be excited for. Everybody's just checking it though, so I'm thinking, you know, maybe if I get a pair on the river, which I do, it would be something nice. But he ended up winning that with a pair of 5s, just beating us by 1. We then get a 6-4 here in the big blind, you know, offsuit, nothing special. I end up just checking it away, or throwing it away here on the button. Wasn't something, or on the big blind, sorry. It wasn't something I wanted to be a part of. And yeah, Thrice ends up throwing out a bet. Bessie ends up re-raising it, and then Thrice just ends up folding that away as well. We then get a King 6 here on a small blind. I end up throwing out a bet for, or I end up calling for 15, sorry. Flop comes out 5, 7, 10. Me and Thrice both end up checking. I had a pair of 6s. Since we both checked, I thought it would be appropriate to raise it up to 30, just get a minimum raise. Thrice ends up going all in. I have to call for 45 more, so I end up doing that. And she shows she had a 6-2. I had a King 6, so I took that pot home easily. We're now heads up between myself and Bessie, and it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. We end up getting a 5-2 here on a small blind. I say goodbye to Thrice. and he just ends up checking it. The flop comes out 4-2 queen. I throw a bet for 40 here. He looks at his cards and he says, you know what? I don't want no part of it. And he ends up throwing it away. And we end up taking that pot home. We then get 7-4 here on the big blind. Nothing, it's not a crazy hand. Nothing too special about it. The flop comes out 3, Jack 8. A 2 pops out as well. And then a 7 pops out. We match our 7s. It's by far not the highest pair on the board, but I end up throwing out a bet for 40. And he ends up, and I end up winning that with a pair of 7s. He showed he had a 10 king, or 10 queen, sorry. Then I get a king queen here on a small blind. I call for 20, he checks. Comes out queen 4-2. He throws out a bet for 60. I re-raise it 100. So I re-raise it to 160. He ends up pushing all in. I say this might be a stupid decision, but I'm going to call it. And it was a good call indeed. I had the king kicker while he only had the 6 kicker. And we ended up taking that pot home, and we ended up winning this Spin and Go tournament. So that was today's video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are truly some of the best fans on YouTube. Hopefully you guys enjoyed these little commentaries I do over my poker games. And yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't liked, like the video. If you haven't commented, comment. If you haven't joined the Discord, join the Discord. Thank you guys for watching so much. You guys are truly some of the best fans on YouTube. Hope you guys all stay safe out there. Bye-bye now. Oh yeah, by the way, this is just me getting a thumbnail.